everybody? It's your boy Cough Drop back again for another episode. We have a super special guest today. My boy Gabe in the house.
Heck yeah, boy. Heck yeah.
Glad to have you on, brother.
Hell yeah,
It's been a good time. We're out here in Tennessee, chilling.
You know, Clarksville.
Clarksville, yeah. But what'd you think about Nashville this weekend, bro?
Had a blast, bro. Every time with you, man. every time we together, man, it's a blast, bro.
Yeah.
Every time.
Nashville. What's your top 3 cities to visit?
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake
Gotta
City.
be number 1, man. Miami's up there. And then Nashville's right there.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Really?
Right there, bro.
What how many like big cities do you think you've been to?
As far as like all over, bro.
Yeah, just throughout the United States or wherever, I guess.
At least like 15 to 20, bro. Gotta be Toronto, Miami. Yeah, bro.
What do you think your favorite kind of like destination is? Like mountainy, beach, tropical?
It's got to be the beach, bro, because it's so much to do. Kind of vibe, you know. Like you got the clubs,
chill.
yeah. You got the clubs, the beach,
miss the
beach daytime, club nighttime. Got to be
Yeah,
Florida boy, bro. You know the vibes.
Florida man, Florida man.
Florida man. You know the vibes.
So, dude, I'm so glad you're on the show, bro. Because dude, like your story is crazy, and you know, feel free to share however you want. But give us a little background. Tell us a little about yourself.
A little about myself, man. Yeah, it's crazy. How we met is even crazy. But yeah, man. I'm originally from West Africa. Born there. I was there till like I was 10, 11. Can't imagine, bro. It's all craziest things, civil wars, refugee camps. I get emotional talking about it, bro, even now. But yeah, adopted at age 10, which is not like a normal age to get adopted at, you know, that
For real.
pretty older. The family I was adopted into though, 22 kids, bro. 22 kids. Somehow
22?
22, bro.
I didn't know that, bro.
Crazy.
Did
What?
you tell me that?
I think I did. I don't know. But yeah, so my parents
Whoa.
adopted kids from all over the world, bro. Like China, Vietnam.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, bro. Good people, great people, amazing people. So like after I was adopted, like my life changed completely. Sports, nice cars, horses, crazy. Crazy, bro. Crazy. But yeah,
So when was this? Like what year was that around?
so like 2007, 2006.
You were how old? You said like
I was
10?
like 9, 10,
9?
yeah. Yeah, 2006. So like just when the Civil War just ended in Liberia. So there was a couple of Civil Wars growing up. But
And Liberia is like the country you're from?
yeah, Liberia, Monrovia. That's where I was born. But yeah, it's third world country, man. Not anything like, I mean, a little bit like America. Like we speak English, but like broken English over there.
Mm-hmm.
But like as far as like the things you see in America,
Like the culture.
culture is a lot different, bro. I saw my first white person with my parents. Those were the first white
States?
when they came to adopt me, bro. That's the first time I ever.
No way.
First time I ever saw a white person, bro. But
Dude, that is so crazy, bro.
like colorism is not a thing over there. Like you don't think about color. You really don't. So when I saw them, it wasn't like a shock or nothing. I just saw people.
That's how it should be.
That's how it
Okay.
should.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah.
But
So then after that, what happened? So what'd you do after that?
So a little bit more, yeah, man. So I adopted at 10. Amazing family of 22, big house. Grew up playing sports. Always was in it. You know, had a basketball scholarship. Tried that out. Did not work out for me, man.
Where at?
Winthrop University in South Carolina.
Oh, nice.
So eventually, man, didn't work out. Wasn't what I thought it was. Came back home, just didn't know what to do. And like any young man who didn't know what to do, the army was just knocking on my door, man. So
That's happened to me too.
Don't feel bad, it's the vibe, bro. It's the vibe.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. Not a bad decision at all. It's a good stepping stone. Went that route, but I'm the kind of dude, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability, kind of deal, you know.
Facts.
So when I joined, I was like, man, I want to go airborne. I want to do anything that's not conventional. So I talked to my recruiter.
Explain to the viewers airborne who aren't military.
For those who aren't military, man, airborne is pretty much a 3-week course at Fort Benning, Georgia, where in those 3 weeks, if you've never been in a plane, by the end of the 3 weeks, you will be jumping out of a plane. Like literally, bro, with a parachute, bro.
And you're falling.
You are falling, bro. Literally, one of my close friends who have never been in the plane, his first time in the plane, he was jumping out of it. So
at airborne school.
At airborne school, bro.
What?
Yeah, his first time ever.
How did he get the basic? He was from
He was from Georgia, so he went to basic training in Georgia, graduated that, went to AIT in Georgia, and then went to airborne school at Fort Benning in Georgia. So he was like, hey, first time ever in an airplane, he was jumping out of it. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Dude, that's so funny because now that I'm out, it's like the Army lingo. I catch myself saying that stuff all the time. Like, Army lingo is basically acronyms and words that don't make sense. I'll catch myself be like, tracking. I'm like, no.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
That's what it is, man. 6 years.
It's hard. 6 years. You got out, bro. How's that?
Man, getting out, it's a different world, bro. I mean, like everything, it has its ups and downs. Like, the differences between being in the military and being in the civilian world are very apparent, especially from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, perfect example, I had orientation at my college that I'm going to. And when I got there, like, you know, in the Army, everyone's name is just on their chest. Like, everyone's wearing a name tape.
Facts.
You don't really ever ask someone's name. Like, you never ask someone's name. You just look at their chest. But in the civilian world, it was just one of those things I noticed where it's like, I have no idea what your name is. And also with the rank, like the rank in the Army is kind of like a status. In the Army. Yeah. But in the civilian world,
no rank.
None of that.
Damn.
And another thing that's kind of weird too is, you know, in the Army, it's very easy to make friends. It's very easy to meet new people. Like, I can't tell you how many people I would just walk up to and start talking to, like, just because you're there together. Yeah.
That's how we met.
Yeah, it's exactly how we met. Exactly how we met. Yeah. But in the civilian world, at least where I was that day, I was there for transfer day, and I walked up to a group of people and just like, it wasn't even. I was just like, "Hey, are you guys here for transfer day? Do you know where we're supposed to go next?" And I could tell that they were like weirded out that I just walked up to them and started talking. You know, just little things like that. I mean, there's big things too, like you know, bills, housing, insurance. Yeah. But getting out is definitely it's a risk. It's a roll of the dice. You got to bet on yourself. I mean, it's just make or break. Like, there's no safety net. Like in the Army, if you mess up, you have that safety net of, like, you know, your chain of command. They're not gonna let you fail in life. But outside, it's up to you.
It's just you, dolo. That's scary, bro. That's scary.
It's scary. It is, but I think it's more. It's intimidating, I would say.
Yeah.
Instead of scary, because like it's intimidating. But it's an obstacle that can be overcome. And also, I think this about a lot of things, but like the more time you spend thinking about what could go wrong, the more likely something might go wrong.
Kind of deal. I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Yeah, man. We both kind of like the similar contract. I ended up re-enlisting. You got out. Yeah, I was kind of at the same place, man. I was on the fence, like, bro, getting out and just all like the unknown. I think that kind of overcome. And I was just like, hey, I know what I'm going to do the next 5 years while I'm in the military. Why not just keep going with it?
Yeah, the stability. That's the biggest thing about the Armies. You can literally Google it. You know, me got out as an E5 sergeant. I could Google and see, okay, if I was to make the next rank within the next 5-6 years, this is what I'll be doing. We're all getting paid. And that's a great thing. Like, everyone just chooses their own route. You know, I feel like some people, that's like, couldn't be better, and that makes sense. And if that's like whoever's thing, then cool. Like, especially people with kids, they typically will more likely to re-enlist because it's that's, you know, stability for your kids. You're gonna have education, you're gonna have insurance, all the hospital bills are taken care of. And on the civilian world, like, it really depends on your company, not like the Army as a whole.
Crazy. Now that you said, do you think that's why they push us in the barracks?
Oh, 100%.
Because then people are like, oh, the
absolutely 100%.
To get married.
I've had this discussion actually several times, but never on the podcast.
Okay,
but
let's get into it, man.
I think that marriage in the military is extremely incentivized.
Okay.
And I think that it makes sense. I mean, think about it. In the barracks, you kind of are just crammed in there, like inspections. There's a lot of BS that comes with the barracks.
Yeah.
But if you get married or have a kid, all that is gone. You get money for your own home. You get BAS, which is money for food. And if you don't have that, you have to eat at like the Army dining facility, which is garbage. It can be good, but the DFAC. It's not even called a restaurant. It's called the DFAC. What is that? What's the D? I know it's a dining facility, but like, really? Why? DFAC. Why do we have to come up with a new name for a cafeteria?
I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. But yeah, so you would agree that's probably why to put, because for those of you who don't know, you got to be an E6 or married to get out the barracks in the Army. I know the Air Force, they get out like E2, E3, but so you think that's probably why? Because then once you're married, what happens after you get married?
You have kids.
Kids.
And then you're like, oh crap, I have a family to support. And if I get out, like, that's another thing too. Like for me, getting out with no kids, not married, it's a lot easier for me to surf couches,
right?
Or
just
like
figure it out.
Tell someone close to me, like, hey, I got like a month or two kind of transition period.
Right.
You mind if I come stay for a minute? And 9 times out of 10, if it's like a solid person, they're gonna be like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And but if you have like kids, a wife, a dog or two, even you can't just surf a couch.
Just do that, bro. Yeah. So yeah, nah. The Army is not perfect, man. The military is not perfect by any means. We're not here to shit on the military or like put the military down.
Right. That's our personal experiences.
Yeah, just from what we're seeing.
Yeah. So anyway, so college, and then what?
Yeah, man. So went to college. Just was not what I thought it was gonna be, bro. Like I said, enlisted, and I told my recruiter, I'm like, I don't want to do anything regular. I want to be in special operations, jumping out of planes. Just like that's the route I want to go. He's like, all right, cool. Give me a 25 Bravo contract. For those who don't know, that's information technology specialist. Computers, pretty much. With an airborne contract. So I did that, and then I got selected to go to the 160th SOAR. For those who don't know, it's a special operation aviation regiment in the Army. Pretty much do a lot of cool stuff that I can't really talk about, but YouTube it, I'm sure you can find something on it.
AKA some bad MS.
Yeah, I've been deployed to pretty cool places, been all over the world. But yeah, man. Since I enlisted, that's where I was supposed to be, bro. I made E6 in 4 years.
Which is very fast. It is.
Yeah, man. Just been blessed since I joined, bro. Like I said, everyone's military experience is different. Not everybody's had the same military experience as me, but it's just been easy for me, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually, so like he was saying earlier, we met in Salt Lake City on coincidence. We were both there for some training, and it was just one of those things where instantly we were like,
yo,
yup.
yo, that's my boy, yo. And that's
so
one thing I'm gonna say about the military, man. You meet people who are like your friends for life. Like you meet genuine people who like, hey, if you were to call me anytime, hey bro, I need somewhere to stay, I need $100, $200, I'm like, yeah, bro, I got you.
Same, bro.
Like
same.
And that's that's one thing you can't take away from the military. Like you're meeting genuine people.
Genuine. In the same boat as you, same like thinking.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that fight last night?
Ooh, let's get into it, bro.
So we're recording this the day after the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight.
Yeah.
And I was actually doing some research after the fight about
both of them.
I just Googled, what does it feel like to get punched in the liver?
Yeah, bro.
And the stuff I was reading was crazy.
Yeah. I know a lot of people like see that, like saying Ryan quit, but I'm like, have you ever gotten punched in the liver, bro?
No,
you don't want to.
No, bro. But I was looking it up.
You don't want to, bro.
Not a chance. I was looking it up, and it was saying like if you get punched in the liver, it like disrupts your blood circulation. It basically puts your body into shock.
Shock, right?
It puts you in the shock.
Yeah.
And your body, it said it ceases to function properly.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm good.
And it's like we were saying earlier, like that he's not soft.
He's not, bro.
They were taking those bink right on the chin and just got no face.
Got knocked down, came back up. I'm like, bro, you guys are all on Twitter talking shit. Go ahead, step in that ring. Go ahead, step in the ring.
That was tough when Chief Keef came out with Tank Davis.
Tough, yeah.
That was tough.
Yeah, represent.
I did not expect that. It was such a different, like from walking out to Ocean to
Chief Keef. Two different vibes, bro. Talk about
that's
two
so
different
funny.
vibes.
It's like perfect.
But
that's hilarious.
It was a good fight though, man. Honestly, 7 rounds. I thought it was gonna be less than that, but shout out to Ryan. I mean,
yeah,
he's young. He's a young cat.
He's
definitely got a bright future.
He took it like a champ.
Yeah, he definitely got a bright future.
He took it like a champ.
Yeah,
his body was shutting down, and he still was like, in it.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people were like, "Oh, he's a TikTok boxer." Like, I'm a casual fan, so I don't really know, but I'm not gonna say he's a TikTok boxer. Not a
guarantee that
not
dude can knock out 90% of the United States, bro. Like,
yeah,
come on.
Yeah,
be quiet.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a casual fan, but I did take some Jeet Kune Do for a while, and like, just it's a very intellectual game. That's for sure.
Boxing, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's not something. A lot of people think you just go in there and throw punches. Nah, bro. It's like
you gotta feel
counters, jabs, bro. Yeah, dude. Crazy.
You ever done any type of MMA?
I've done a little, man. Nothing serious though. Like with my training and with the military and stuff, you know, combatives stuff like that. But
you play basketball, you said.
Yeah.
What'd you play?
I play shooting guard, big two guard. You feel me? If anybody wants smoke, y'all can come get it, man. Run the hoops.
In the hoops. So what do you think of the podcast so far, bro?
Bro, I rock with it, man. You know, we in LC, we kind of talked about podcasts and doing something like this, bro. I would say this, bro. You're someone who, if you say you're gonna do something, you do it.
I'm gonna do it.
That's why I'll give you that, bro. Bro was like, yeah, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, and you took off with it. I like it, bro.
Yeah,
I think you can take this as far as you want, man. Honestly.
Yeah, bro. Thanks. Like, it's like one of those things. Like, I've been doing some research and I've been listening to podcasts myself, and I've discovered some podcasts that are extremely popular.
Yeah.
And the host will say that they were doing a podcast for 2 years when it had like under 100 views, and it's just up.
Facts.
So it's one of those things where it's like if you stay persistent and have like, you know, you're not doing it for something weird. Right. Like for me, I'm just having fun.
That's it, bro.
And I'm having fun talking to my friends, and it's cool because like let's say like I do this for the next year or so.
Yeah.
If I go on my YouTube or my Spotify, I could, let's say I have like 50 episodes out. I could scroll and be like, all my people right here. Right, like I was able to interview all my people.
Facts.
Just something cool. But
dude,
you said you wanted to start your own.
Yeah, low key, man. I kind of want to do something similar. But I want to focus more on like the military side of things. Because a lot of civilians, or majority of you who are probably gonna be watching this, they don't get to see what the military is actually like, bro.
So you'd be like an insider look.
The trenches, yeah. And I'll have like you on there potentially, like a bunch of people who've been in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like just that experience. It's just like I said, everyone's military experience is different.
Right.
It's different.
I don't know if you've ever seen Boot Camp Insider. It's like the only kind of like channel that I've seen that does like it goes to like Air Assault and Jungle School and Sniper School, and they like do a little show on it.
Yeah.
But you know, it's pretty like media influence. Like these soldiers are the toughest in the world.
Come on, bruh.
Air Assault is grueling. 90% of the participants fail. Like okay. It's really not that deep, bro.
Okay, bro. Yeah.
But no, it is pretty cool though. I enjoy watching it, and it's just cool to see like the schools that you have been to, and you'll see like, you know, them talking about it, and it's like, reminisce. You know?
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, nah. So yeah, it would be something like that.
Would you do one of those like street interviews? Have you seen that?
Oh, like
they'll walk up with the mobile cam and little mobile mic set up and ask them like,
I don't know if I could do something like that.
Kiss or slap?
Kiss or slap? Yeah, I can't.
You know, I have a mobile mic.
You do?
With me,
bro. I think
we could have hit up Nashville and done some street interviews.
That would be a good spot to do it, if anywhere. If y'all have never been to Broadway, go to Broadway. Jason Aldean's.
I had never seen so many live bands in my entire
Everywhere,
life.
Bro.
Music City.
So many people, and it's growing, and it's still growing. That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically, to explain this, the Broadway on Nashville, the whole street. From the Titan Stadium and Nissan Stadium down to freaking the end of Nashville is just bars and just like street performers, and every single bar has multiple levels, which I thought was cool. Different floors, and each floor had a live band.
Yeah,
every single floor had a live band. Especially when I went during the day yesterday, we were in Miranda Lambert's. Everything live band, and they're all good.
Bro, and that's where a lot of country singers start off at, man. Just performing out there. And,
and then they come back and buy a bar and
it's lit.
Where are we going? Jason Aldean's. I'm over here at Miranda Lambert's and Dirk Bentley. So you know it's gonna be but they're fire. It's fun. Dude. It's a good time.
Oh yeah, man. I thought I had kind of a bad stigma about it before I came because being from Florida and stuff. I was like, man, Nashville, Tennessee,
kind of backwater.
Yeah. Like, nah, man, come out here. It's fun, dude. People have a good time out
here. It is fun. Good time. It is fun. Especially now that it's getting warmer out.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how is it during the wintertime?
It honestly wasn't that bad. Like, waiting in line might be a little cold, but once you get in the club, bro, or in the bars, it's cool.
Right.
It's cool.
That's how it was in Salt Lake City, too.
Salt Lake City.
So cold, man.
Salt Lake City. But, yeah, man. I don't mind Nashville. I don't mind it. It's growing on me.
What do you think about those street interviews? Like, what if you saw your girl on a street interview, kiss or slap? What would you think?
It depends what she does. It depends how she's performing.
She says kiss.
Oh no. Dang.
Yeah, no.
That's there. Yeah,
Sorry.
Wait.
What about slap?
I mean, that's cool. Is she slapping him or is
how would you feel about her doing an interview in the first place?
I mean, I'm not.
Care?
Yeah, I'm not insecure about it. My girl can go do what she wants, just as long as she don't disrespect me, kind of deal. You know.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah.
Those are always funny. I see those sometimes. They're pretty much all the same thing, but it is kind of cool to see some people's reactions sometimes. But yeah,
you think you would ever branch off and do something like that?
Oh yeah, bro.
For sure.
Like especially my YouTube channel. So my vision for that is to not just be the podcast. I want it to be like any type of projects I'm working on. So the reason why my Instagram is Cough Drop Studios is because I'm doing the podcast, but that's only like one of the things I have in motion. So I'm doing. I'm actually studying audio engineering and music production at Illinois State, and then so that's like another whole avenue, like working in the studio.
Fire, bro.
And then I work on actual cameras, like when we were at church today. Like I was kind of telling you earlier, it's weird once you work in an environment like that. Mm-hmm. It's like if you were to watch a military movie,
bro,
and you can pick out all the things.
Trippy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same way. Like you pick up on things like the drummer. He was, I think, their best musician by far. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty positive. I saw him bang it off a drum, like release. It flipped. He caught it and just crashed the cymbal. I swear, dude. I was like, I did not just see that.
I wasn't even paying attention to that.
Like,
man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's fire. That's cool, man. Heck yeah. So, like, how far do you think you're gonna take this, man? You just like you said. I know you say you're just having fun with it, but what?
The podcast,
what's the vision, the podcast, the
vision
YouTube.
The vision is to run it up, obviously. But I'm just trying to learn my skill set. Like I talked about this in another podcast, but for a long time, I was really looking for a good hobby, productive hobby.
Okay,
and I tried a bunch of different things, and it was kind of like, But this is one thing that I just enjoy doing. It's just it's a good hobby. It's a hobby.
It's a passion.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. I think as a man, it's kind of hard to find something you enjoy doing and you can make a career out of it.
Exactly.
Which is like, for me, I think that's a difficult part of my life too. But I'm glad you found that, bro. I know it's hard. I know that's hard.
And it's so funny, dude, because if you look at like JRE, like the Joe Rogan, like he has like 11 million regular listeners. But for me, my first 2 or 3 episodes, I had like over 100 views total, and I was psyched, bro. I was like, ain't no way 100 people listen to my podcast. You
gotta start somewhere.
That's honestly like, that's a. I'm happy about that 100 people, bro. That's 100 people that listen to me sitting here and talk,
right?
Just about whatever I'm talking about.
That's a start, bro. That's all that matters, man. Just like I said, you're having fun with it, you enjoy it. Who knows?
So, what are some of your hobbies?
Oh, my hobbies, bro, definitely gym. That's like a release, man. Like military is stressful, man. So you gotta have those places and things where you don't feel like you're in the military. Playing basketball or just in the gym, really. Anything really physical.
What kind of workouts do you do? Like heavy lifting, cardio?
Try to throw a little bit of everything in there. Cause in the military, you don't want to get too swole where you can't run or be athletic.
You got to be agile.
Yeah, you still got to be able to move.
Kind of all around fitness.
Yeah.
One thing that I used to hate, but looking back, it was really good. Was even like plyometric workouts.
Yeah.
Where it's like all jumping.
Yeah,
those are crazy. I just thought about that. I don't know why I brought that up, but
nah, it's good. But yeah, man, I'm going out every now and then. You gotta keep it. I don't know, like controlled, because you can't be in a club every weekend. Like you still have goals and stuff you gotta set. But like I'll go out once a month, just kind of release,
let loose.
Yeah, if my boys in town, like, hey boy, I'm in town. Like, let's go out, let's have fun, just escape the reality for a little bit, just have fun.
Well, that's why I'm here.
See what I'm saying? My dog.
I'm here in Tennessee right now. I came out for a little weekend getaway.
Just get away, man. For those people who like work all the time, man, that's not healthy, man. You gotta have a release,
bro.
Man. You gotta have a release.
Cannot. Nah. So yeah, for sure, bro. But along with the street interviews, let's get into some relationship talk.
Relationship.
We were just talking about that a little bit, but first question I want to ask you.
Yes, sir. Send it.
Red flags for you.
Ooh.
What are they? Immediately off the dome.
Man, red flags. She's talking about money. Like that's her. I'm not saying it's bad, but like, how much do you make, or like, are you gonna pay for my meal? Like,
you can tell she's poking at it.
Right. What are you gonna do for me? I'm like, bro, come on. As a woman looking for a partner, it's a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
everyone got to bring something to the
table. Like, you're adding to my life, I'm adding to your life, and together we're building an amazing life, kind of deal.
Perfect.
But I feel like the culture today, we don't focus on that. It's all because she's beautiful. Oh, what can you do for me? Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're pretty, but you're gonna get old. That's gonna go away. Then what?
Exactly.
Then what?
Another thing that's weird about like today, kind of, and I'm sure every single red flag question has social media involved somewhere along the process. So like, I guess a lot of people say in today's age, like it's official when it's Instagram official. Like, how do you feel about that, bro? Like, do you think that relationships should be kind of privatized, or you think you should show off your person and be out there?
That's a great question, bro. I'm, you know me, I deactivate my Instagram every other month, bro. So I'm not big on social media because I think you have so much outside influence that can kind of hinder your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if y'all want to be public, post what you want people to know. Like,
right,
not everything needs to be on there.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times those comments, those whatever, can kind of,
it's too much. Sometimes I'll see pictures that couples will post, like tonguing it out, and I'm like,
come on, bro.
Yeah, like PDA. Like, how do you feel about PDA? What's too far, I guess?
Like, or we were in a restaurant? No, man. Nah. Like, we at a bar and I
walk around the mall.
Yeah, I'm at the mall with my girl. I'd give her a kiss. That's okay. I'm like,
give her a kiss, holding hands, little side hug.
Nothing crazy. But we at a restaurant, especially with families and like older people around. I'm not tonguing my girl down in no restaurant.
Exactly.
That's just crazy.
Exactly. Because I've heard people before that would be like, oh, like if you don't want to rub up on me in public, what are you just like scared of? And
no, man, it's just a respect thing.
Yeah.
Like, respect others, respect their space. You're not at your house, bro.
Exactly. I don't like causing a scene. That's like,
right.
I try to avoid. That's one of my red flags. Like if a girl causes a scene right off the rip, I'm like, oh no, like, I'm not like that. Like,
oh, bro, crazy. You said red flags. Let me talk about this. I'm in Savannah, Georgia. I'm on a date with this girl, bro. Right,
mm-hmm.
Beautiful girl, man. Everything from initial look checks out. But I'm sitting at the table with her, but the table next to me is talking about the Avengers. You know, I'm a big Marvel fan, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they're spoiling the movie that just came out. And me, they're just talking, but I can hear them.
Oh,
so jokingly, I'm like, hey, it's a table full of girls. I'm like, hey, I haven't seen a movie yet.
Chill.
And they were like, oh my God, I'm sorry. That was the interaction. That was it. Turn back around. She's pissed, bro. It's the first date.
First date,
and she's pissed, bro. She's like, why that talking to us? I'm the only you should be talking to, bro. I'm like,
possessive.
I'm like, yo, this
first
date, bro. I'm like, okay, all right, my bad, but like, cussed me out like loud enough with a table next to us.
See, yeah, I don't like that.
Crazy.
I don't like that.
Crazy.
Like if you're gonna cause a scene, if you're gonna embarrass me, like, and it goes both ways. You know, everything that I would say goes both ways. But I would much rather us just kind of like, just deal with it. You know, kind of just suck it up, and then once you get in a private setting, you know, maybe talk it out. Yeah, talk it out, discuss it. Don't freak out. You know, you don't need to be yelling, bro. You don't need to be doing all that. Like, just talk it out, kind of
deal.
Let the other person talk, which is hard.
Be an adult, which is a lot of times relationships I've seen, at least relationships I've been in, communication, that's been like not a thing. Like, I don't know if people just don't know how to talk to each other anymore. Like, or being an adult, really.
Yeah. I think a lot of that, too, is, like, social media. Like, if you think about it, like, there's stages of a relationship that are totally off that. And I am not dissing social media. Like, I use it all the time.
Yeah,
I think it's a great tool.
It's a great tool.
It's just what I do think is weird is kind of the stigmas and kind of the levels that have been created around social media. So, like, like if you follow someone, that it could potentially be like, you know, they're interested or liking or it's just weird. And I was hearing someone talk about this the other day, how like pretty much relationships start most of the time, or a lot of the times, on social media. Or they can.
Or the dating apps.
Yeah.
It's just the era we live in, man. Like, it's no more. You can't meeting people in person. It's kind of crazy now.
Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying about when I was at the orientation day. Like, it's weird to just walk up to someone and start talking, but like
be normal. Like back in the day before social media, that's what our grandparents did. That's what our parents did.
Yeah,
you walked up to a person.
If you think about the grand scheme of time, the social media era is a speck. Is a speck, dude. Not even close.
It's so ingrained in our lives today, bro. Like, a lot of people, that's their life. Like, literally, what people say about them online, that's what they think about themselves.
Yes.
And I'm like, we got to create that separation at some point. Like, if I have kids, I'm not going to ban them from being on social media, but I'm going to limit it.
Yeah.
I'm going to limit
Until what age?
Probably like 13, 14.
Yeah,
like, because that's when you really start hitting your adolescence and start figuring out who you are as a person.
Yeah, exactly. But hit that puberty and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a weird age.
Yeah.
Being like a preteen in middle
just
school.
Just trying to figure out who you are, bro.
Yeah,
you don't even know.
I remember my voice was cracking so bad, dude. Like, every time I opened my mouth, my voice was,
bad,
crazy.
Bro. Bad. You start dating, you don't even know what dating is. You're like,
nah.
Yeah, I have a girlfriend. What's a girlfriend?
Like holding hands with a girl or something. Dude, I've been there, bro. Like, flexing on everybody walking past and holding hands. That's so funny.
But yeah, man.
Isn't that funny how relationships used to be like that? Like holding hands,
something
whatever,
simple.
some slight, and then as we get older, it shifts so much, bro.
Relationship as an adult, dating as an adult, it's the craziest experience, bro. Like, you meet so many different people and so many different, like, I think what dating is just figuring out what's for you, kind of deal. Like, and not everybody's gonna be perfect, but that's what a relationship is. Like, you overlook their flaw, they overlook your flaws, and together you guys are like.
So how do you know when it's real?
So I go off genuine conversations and interactions, man. Like I said, a lot of times, what is she talking about? What are her values? What are her friends like? Like, what are her goals? Like, yeah, you're beautiful, but like, who are you as a person? Kind of deal,
Exactly.
And you got to be able to, like, someone who you can bring around your family and see how the vibe is, kind of deal.
That's a big one.
Yeah,
family's a big one because, like, especially when you talk about marriage, if you're marrying a girl, like, you're not just marrying a girl, like, you're gonna be tied with their family forever, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Especially if y'all have kids.
Especially, bro. But now that I think about it, why do you think people are not looking for marriage these days? Like, I talk to my boys and a lot of them like, screw that. I'm not never.
This is funny. Married. I've actually listened to a podcast about this with a psychologist.
Yeah.
That was going on there talking about how women now in today's age are typically statistically having kids later on in age than younger.
Yeah.
And a lot of women are choosing not to even have kids. And it said that 90% of the older women who have chosen not to have kids regret it, which is crazy to me. It was on a Joe Rogan podcast, but the psychologist, I forget his name. This always happens when I want to reference something I can't remember, but he was saying that his kind of idea, what he thinks is that because everything is so diverse, which is, whatever, how it is, not a bad thing, it's, a good thing. Women have the opportunity now to pursue careers.
Right.
So they're pursuing careers. They have jobs. It could be a corporate job. A woman who's corporate works in a corporate office. Is probably a lot more focused on her career
than a relationship or
a marriage. And traditionally, like, that was men were the ones that did that. But now that it's open, it's like anyone can do it. So it's just like less and less. They're saying that. I shouldn't even say this guy. I can't reference who it was, and I'll have to look it up after. And maybe if you guys want to roast me, it's fine. But no, they were saying that, like, some people are predicting that, like, there's not enough babies being born in America to keep up with the growth that America is having. So, like, could be 20, 30 years from now, there could be like a surplus of jobs open or whatever because there's just not a lot of
people.
Yeah,
bro. That's kind of crazy, man. Like, marriage has always been a goal of mine. Like, just growing up in a family where my parents were married and, like, just seeing their marriage and how amazing that could be. That's something I've always wanted.
Like a family unit?
Yeah.
Like a team?
Like a team.
That is cool. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when I think about, like, being older. Like, can you imagine being, like, like old and just kind of never had that. Because that's a whole life experience, bro. Like starting a family, that is like a critical life experience.
Exactly.
And it's one of the only life experiences besides things for youth, physically. But you have a clock.
Yeah,
like,
it's a time.
You can't go. You can't go back and do it. You know, you could go back and travel when you're retired, but you can't have any more kids. Like biological clock expires on you. Bro. You know,
it's ticking, and you want to do it when you still have like the energy to do that, because raising kids is not. It's not an easy task.
Not for the youngest, whatever,
the old heads, bro.
Yeah. So how many kids you want?
Ideally, I would say 3, bro. 2 boys and a girl. I said 2 girls. No.
You want? I ain't gonna lie to you. I want a firstborn son.
Yeah,
I think every guy wants a
firstborn
son,
dream, bro. That's every guy's dream, bro.
I know. I'd love to have a daughter too, but
for sure.
I don't know. What do you think about the dads treating the daughter different than the son?
You have to, man. You have to. Like when I have I did this with my little sisters too. When my daughter is like old enough, I'm gonna take her on dates. I'm gonna open the car door for her. I'm gonna show her what a man's supposed to.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, like, because a lot of women don't have that, and you can tell just how toxic they can be, and like you can peep that. But when I have daughters, or if a daughter, that's definitely what I'm gonna be on.
Yeah,
but you can't treat your son and your daughter the same. You can't. No, it's gonna be different.
And it's one of those things where it's like it's unfair, but it is what it is. Like I don't know. Like okay, so like if my son was ever like, oh, I want to go to the sleepover, I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but basically like I don't know. It would just be so different having a son versus a daughter.
Yeah, I think it's different. Like things you got to teach them. Like a guy can be in a room full of dudes and not think nothing twice of it. Mm-hmm. He can go out by himself and not think nothing twice of it. Your daughter can't do that, man. You got to be like, hey, make sure someone has your location. Make sure you travel with Mace or whatever. Like things like that. Just because it's just the world we live in.
Right.
And don't put yourself in crazy situations.
And I've talked to girls like that before, and they think that just because, like, you know, you saying, oh, you shouldn't be out late at night, it's a sensitive topic, I know.
Yeah.
And like there's some really jacked up people in the world, and like it's sad, bro. But like you just gotta be smart, you know.
That's it. That's all it is. You just gotta tell her the world is a beautiful place, but it can also be a scary, evil place. There are some people out there who are just sick in the head, man, and that's just the world we live in. And the best thing to do is just teach your kids or teach whoever you're mentoring how to move through that
as best as you can.
And
then when you're a grandparent, you can watch your kids suffer. Like, just spoil the grandkids. That's so funny. That's so funny because I'm sure you've heard stories of like maybe your parents being like, "Oh, well, you didn't know what your grandma was like or whatever."
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Exactly, bro.
What other red flags?
Oh, dating. What did I say at first? She's talking about money a lot.
Talking about money.
Yeah.
Kind of like the family moral stuff.
A girl who's in the scene, bro. Like when I say scene, for those who don't get the lingo, she's just in the club every weekend. Like, why are you in the club every weekend?
Right.
Like, what are you doing? What happens in the clubs? Like, those of you who goes in the clubs, what are we all there for? Majority of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know. So a girl who's just in the scene all the time, like her values are not kind of there, you know? Like, what are your goals? What are you doing with your life? What kind of deal? That's a red flag for me.
What are your goals?
Me, man, right now, just bought my first house. Been dope. Hey. I did it before I was 30. That was a goal of mine. I wanted to own my own property before I was 30. Right now, I'm enlisted, so my goal is to be commissioned. So I'm dropping my officer packet within the next year, bro. Seeing where that looks like.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm working with my brothers to buy another rental property. Just kind of it's passive income kind of deal. Eventually when it's all said and done, bro, I want to open up orphanages back in Liberia, where I'm from. Just schools. Cause if you don't know, I didn't go to school till I was 11, bro, until I came to the States.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not an unintelligent person, but I didn't know how to read or write or add or subtract till I was 11.
That's not your fault, though.
That's not my fault. I just wasn't given the opportunity. So I want to go back and open up schools and like just, you know, because they're smart kids there. They just don't have the opportunity. So,
it's so sad, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's so crazy, and it's like that in so many places too. Mm-hmm. That's what's crazy. Like in America,
people just don't know how good they have it or just don't appreciate it.
Right.
which is why I think everyone should travel, man. Go to a third world country, just experience that. What it's for 2 days, a week, or whatever. I think everyone should, if you can, just travel, get out there, because then you just learn how much you appreciate the little things, bro. Electricity, AC, fresh water, clean water.
Yeah,
being able to go to school, like, and learn how to read and add, bro. Something as simple as that.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine not being able to read or
Bro,
write.
Literally, I was like, I think I was 10. They threw me in. My parents assumed that was because when they adopted me, they didn't know. They just assumed.
Yeah,
they just assumed I could read.
I wouldn't think that either,
Right.
honestly.
And I was in the 4th grade, and I remember we were doing popcorn reading, and this girl,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
bro,
no.
yeah, bro, yeah, bro, and this girl, she popcorned me, and I remember I just froze, dog. I just froze, and I started crying.
Oh,
yeah, and the teacher realized it, bro. Traumatic experience, dog. The teacher like realized it and like pulled me aside and told my mom and everything. And like after that, I was in reading classes in school, out of school. Like when my siblings were playing video games, I was reading all the stinking Dr. Seuss books you can think about. And then from a year, I went from like not being able to read to like a 8th grade reading level.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I read the other day?
What's up?
It said men don't go to therapy, they start podcasts.
That's facts, bro.
So, yeah,
that's facts.
And it's a great time.
Hey, man. You get a lot off your chest,
you get
dude.
just to talk, and it's so freeing because it's like I was saying earlier. Like you can sit here and just tell a complete thought, and then the best part is like even if you're like doing a show live somewhere, the audience is right there,
right.
And if they start getting rowdy or whatever, then it could potentially like throw you off. But here it's like we're sitting, chilling on the couch, just talking. If you want to watch my podcast, thank you. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, you don't have to watch
at all, bro. If it's not for you, skip next. That's the amazing thing about the internet.
Yeah. And people ask me all the time, like, what's your podcast about? And I'm like, well, my life, I guess.
Really, bro. Just
you got to listen to find out, you know?
Man, just getting stuff off my chest, like just airing it
Exactly.
out. Sometimes it's just good as a man, especially in the military or not in the military. Just as a man, bro, you don't get to let out or just talk to people about that stuff, man. You just got to keep it in and just keep pushing.
Yeah, and another thing too is just the amount of information you can learn from podcasts too. So like, I'm a big history buff.
Okay,
love history, and some of the stuff that I've been listening to, like I listen to Joe Rogan a lot.
Yeah,
and he talks about history all the time, and some of the stuff I've learned on there is just bizarre,
right?
Or even just like different concepts, like the pyramids. Like they think that they're starting to believe now is like that the pyramids were not built by the Egyptians. They think that they're way older than that. Way older than that. Dude, the pyramids for the Egyptians are some of the largest structures in the world. The blocks are like weigh tons.
Right.
And the quarry that they mined them from was 500 miles away. 500 miles away. So sense. No way. And a lot of people equate that to aliens, but what they're starting to think is that there was a civilization there way before, and then there was some giant like a catastrophe, like an apocalypse that just came and just wiped them out. And then the Egyptians came and moved in. You know, I mean, think about it. Think about the possibilities of stuff that could happen. Like, and I don't know how much in history you are, but like we know what we know from when stuff was being written down.
Right.
But from before that, we have no idea, dude.
No clue.
And I have no idea how old the Earth is. I don't know any of that. But think about how in today's modern world, how we avenued from combustion engines to electricity to the internet. There could have been a civilization then that went a completely different way.
Yeah.
Like, it could have invented some stuff that we have no idea what it even is. Like, have not even figured out yet. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, the amount of info from podcasts is nuts.
That's crazy. And I think it's a great platform. If you're driving, just want to listen to something.
Exactly.
I know, man.
It's perfect. It's perfect, especially in the car and the long drives.
Long drives, it's perfect, dude. I like it. Like I said, I'm thinking about starting my own, bro. But yeah, dude, keep going with this, man.
What do you want to name your podcast?
The Talk.
The Talk,
but spelled with TOC. If you're in military,
that's clever, bro.
If you're in the military, you know,
that's
clever,
bro. That's clever, bro. You gonna stay in the Army?
I think I'm a careerist, man. I think it's just too easy. I say it's too easy. Easy is relative, but it's just too easy for me, man. Like it tell you where to be, what to wear. Like as long as you show up for the next 12 years,
you'll be okay.
I could be okay, bro.
Yeah.
Retire at 38.
Chilling,
bro. Got that pension and my disability. You know what I'm saying?
Where do you want to retire? We talked about this earlier.
Bro.
Where's like a settling down point for you?
Man, as I would say Florida, but as I get to travel and see other places, man, like this, like Salt Lake City is somewhere I would never have thought I would have had as much fun as I did. And like I want to say Florida because the weather, but honestly, at this time, bro, I really don't know, man. Because like I said, life's crazy. Like I could marry someone who that changes, you know, like
right.
You don't know, life is crazy, bro. But I would say Florida because my family's there and stuff. But you never know, man. Life's crazy.
Florida, I don't know. I feel like it's too swampy for me. But I have heard a lot of good things. I heard a lot of good things about Tampa.
Yeah, the Tampa area. That's where I would like to, because you can still raise kids in Tampa. It's not too crazy, too wild. Right. It's not Miami, like.
But it's still like, you know.
Yeah, it's still good time.
Everything that you could use.
The beach is right there.
Later.
Yeah, exactly.
Tampa Bay. I like the Southwest. I like Phoenix, kind of Texas area. I like, but I don't know, man. There's just too many possibilities. You know, like I do love this having 4 seasons.
Bro,
but having winter for like 4 or 5 months of gray skies, it's so depressing, dude. It's so bad. It's so miserable. Like in Illinois, there'll be like literally, bro, 4 or 5 months of just gray sky constantly. I'm sure. You've seen it before too.
Yeah, bro. You just want to stay in the house, like not leave. You're like, bro, this is sad. I can't do anything. But Texas, bro. Texas is booming.
Texas is
booming. You can get a mansion for like half the price anywhere else, bro. It's crazy.
And there's so much land too,
bro. I thought about it. When I was thinking about getting out, I was like, get a tech job in Texas.
Where would you want to go in Texas?
Austin or Dallas, bro.
Austin. They're both of those cities are super blowing up. Fire. I know tons of people. Not tons. I know a handful of people who have moved to Dallas or like the Fort Worth area when they got out of the army, and they said they like it.
Yeah, bro.
It's just huge.
It's a lot of tech jobs out there. That's what I was looking
True.
at. Yeah. It's just the offers I was getting was like in the 70 to 80, and I couldn't live the same lifestyle I'm living now
with that much
money, bro.
Right.
Yeah. People who say you don't make a lot of money in the army, they're capping. You do. You just know how to manage it. Exactly. You just know how to manage it, bro. What would you say like the 3 most significant things you've noticed since being out the military? Like either it can be something that makes you think about the military or just the differences.
Yeah, that's a good question. 3 most significant things. Well, the first thing off the bat is housing, because like the day that I had signed out of the army, I'm on Fort Riley, and like you gotta leave,
bro.
You know, like I had a barracks room, bro, and I turned the key in, and it's like I'm homeless.
Good
bro.
luck.
I have nowhere to go. So I mean, I did have somewhere to go. You know, I had lined it up, but it's like why a lot of people go back to their parents' house right after, because it's like, where are you gonna go, bro?
Now
like
what?
You gonna buy a house or buy an apartment like before you even move states? Like typically that's what you would do, but typically you wouldn't get dumped off by your previous employer like that, you know?
Yeah.
So housing for sure, like getting out and finding somewhere to stay, kind of where to go. That was a thing it was difficult.
Right.
And even like you know, going back to stay with your parents after you've been in the army for so long, it's just kind of, this is just what was the most logical thing to do. I'm not going to, especially since I'm moving again soon, I'm not going to get my own place for 2 or 3 months. That doesn't make any sense. But, you know, I don't know. And I'm very grateful, you know, for everyone that's, you know, been so kind to me. But it's housing for sure. That's number 1. Number 2 is, like I said, is the bros, like kicking it, meeting new people, having the bros around 24/7, bro. Like you don't have to go out of your way for bro time in the army
at all, man.
You don't
at all. You meet some people the first day, like, hey, bro, come back to my house. I'm barbecuing. And you're like, okay, like,
exactly.
Next thing y'all know, y'all best friends.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
You and I became friends. Like, I don't even know.
I couldn't even remember the first thing we talked about, bro. It's probably like, yo, what you doing tonight?
Right.
Kind of deal.
But then, like outside, it's like, you know, you got to make time for that,
right?
And it's a lot harder to branch, I think, and meet new people. Like to like meet all kinds of different people. You could choose like, you know, in your company, you have 120 people in your company.
Yeah.
You can choose your friends.
Exactly.
Whereas, like, you know, in a work, you may work in a department with 5-6 people, and that's it. So it's a lot harder to like just meet people.
Yeah.
The third thing is like kind of just the little things that you miss, like you know, I graduated air assault 2 years ago today.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, bro.
And like perfect example. I was doing some yard work out at some family's property, and it was like working a chainsaw. So I had wore like some like Carhartt pants, and then I had just put my army belt on because I didn't want to like mess up my nice belt, pretty much. So when I got back and I got home, you know how you can tilt that belt like a certain way and just kind of and just comes right off.
Yep.
So I did that right when I got home, like naturally, didn't even think about it. And then I'm like, oh man, I haven't done that in a while. You know, like just ping, like those small things like that. You know, that's because it'll be like an instant moment where like you'll do something or you see something and it'll be like, wow, I'm out of the army.
Yeah, bro. Do you, I wouldn't say regret it, but do you ever think about what would have happened if you stayed in?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think about it all the time. But I'm happy with my decision. You know, I'm glad I did it. Like I said, it's rolling dice, taking a gamble on yourself. You just got to freaking make it happen. Make a break, you know?
Just do it.
I mean, you hear about homeless vets all the time, you know, veterans that do suicide. Like, it's very sad, but it's just, you don't have the support, like I was saying, that you do in the Army. Like, if you don't show up to work in the Army, someone's going to come check on you. Someone's going to check on you.
Yeah.
In the civilian world, you don't show up to work, they don't care. You're fired. They'll replace you. It doesn't matter.
Down for.
Same thing with school. Like, if you don't show up to classes, you don't pass your tests, they don't care.
Facts. You're
out of here. Someone next will take your spot. Army, it's not like that in Army.
Army will be like, retrain. You know, hey, man, this is where you messed up on.
This, no organization wants you to be a member more than the Army, bro. We got you, bro. Maybe churches.
That's true.
Maybe.
That's true. You spoke on it a little bit, man. Let's. I kind of want to dive in this mental health. Like, how do you feel about it? Like in the Army and out the Army.
I think mental health is critical as far as it should be high on a priority list. Yeah. It's definitely different. Different mindsets. Like in the Army, you deal with different problems mentally than you would do outside of the Army. So like the stress causes are different. You may be stressed out because your leadership, because your chain of command, or even because your soldiers underneath you are stressing you out.
Right.
But what things that stress me out now is like just regular work, kind of fit in, and you do feel kind of weird at first, like especially right when you get out, and you're kind of blending back in. Like you take leave all the time, where you'll go for like a week or two somewhere, and then you come back. But in the Army, like after like 3 or 4 weeks of being out, and you're like you get that feeling like, all right, it's time to go back to base. But you're not going back to base. You're not going back to base. I mean, have you felt like that before when you go on leave and you're like, all right, it's time to go back?
I gotta go back. Yeah, literally, every time. Cause you feel like a civilian a little bit on like you take those long leaves. You're like, yeah, man, I'm back.
But I'm saying it in the sense of like when I would go home and visit for like a month at a time, I'd be like, okay, I'm ready to go back.
Okay, okay, like back home kind of deal.
I'm ready to go back to work. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I was gonna go home to Illinois for like a month. And then after like a month of being there on leave, I was like kind of ready to go back to my base or the Army, to go back to my stuff, where I was living, my car, you know, everything. That's what I mean.
Okay, I got you. But then you saying as a civilian, you're like,
you don't have nowhere to go back to.
You can't go back.
You have nowhere to go back to. But then again, the flip side of that is you can choose wherever you want to go. So it's a double-edged sword, bro. Yeah. So as a civilian, you get to choose where you want to go. You get to choose where you want to work. You get to choose who you want to work with, for the most part, but a lot more freedom, but a lot more risk for sure.
That's scary, bro. I mean, you wouldn't say scary, intimidating, but I mean, you're doing it. You're doing it, big dog. You're doing it, man. You're doing it, bro. But hey, man, like I said, I'm proud of you, bro. I know that's a big step, but you're doing something, man. You got the podcast. You're back in school. I'm happy for you, bro.
Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you, brother.
It's good to see it. A lot of people get out and they just go back to doing nothing, but You have a plan.
It's easy. It's easy to do that, bro.
Right, bro.
It's easy. But I'll give anyone who's in the Army listen to this, thinking about getting out. I'll kind of tell you my process of how I got out the Army. So when I had really decided that I was gonna get out was about time we were in ALC.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
like
you were on the fence still.
I wasn't kind of on the fence. So that was like a year-ish ago.
Yeah.
Maybe a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
And not too long after that, I pretty much decided like, okay, I'm gonna get out.
Right.
So I had like a year and some change that I was like, I'm about to get out for sure. Which is honestly kind of a blessing because some people really are really torn. Like for me, I wasn't really torn because it's a one-way ticket, bro. I mean, you some people have a break in service and come back, but that's not easy, bro.
Nah,
not easy. So it's really I was looking at like a one-way ticket. Like if I'm gonna get out the Army, I'm staying out.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Or I could stay in and figure that out. But I had decided I'm gonna get out, and I just committed full force. So I started hitting people up. I started contacting using all the resources the Army gives you. So like SFL Tap, you know how they'll come in and give their brief, and then there might be something that you're interested in, but you don't really figure the details out, and you're like, like maybe. I would literally stay after or raise my hand in the middle, cut them off, and be like, okay, how do you do this?
Right.
Because a lot of times in the Army, they'll be like, oh, we have this program where you can do this. And that's what it does, and then they'll move on.
Right.
So I would be like, okay, what are these exact steps? Like, I wanted first example, CSP.
Yeah.
Have you heard of CSPs?
Yeah.
The Career Skills Program. That was one of those things where they came and gave a brief. And shout out to George and Teresa at Fort Riley because they were great at their job. But they were briefing about it, and I was like, okay, like, what do I need? I want to start this right now. What do I need to do? So basically, it's asking questions. Like, you need to ask tons of questions, use your resources, go on a CSP, which is an internship pretty much. USO is another great resource. Like, the people at the USO, they pretty much helped me out process completely, set up everything for when I get out. And the USO is pretty much all veterans.
Yeah.
So they care. Like, their only job is to assist you. And so you can go ask them all kinds of questions like, hey, what about this? What about that? And, they'll help you. They will. Like, what program can I use? How can I do this? They'll set up your little va.gov stuff. Okay. So just use your resources. Don't be shy. You have to reach out to people. You have to reach out to people, not only in the military, but back home. Like, how it worked out with college. Like, I just ended up talking to people and it ended up working out that they would help me out, get set up. So that's what I did.
Okay. You using GI Bill? You just heck yeah, bro. Yeah, man. It's good stuff, bro. It's good stuff. So I was on the fence about it too, but like I said, a lot of times they don't tell you these things. You just kind of have to figure it out yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But is there anything else? I can't think of anything
else. We hit a lot today, man. We hit a lot of stuff today, bro.
We hit a lot of stuff. Like, I'm sure that tonight or tomorrow we'll be like, oh man,
we could have
talked
about that.
we said we were gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes. But and it's so funny because every time I record, like, I'll go in with my notes, and then we may stay on the notes. We may hit all the notes in the first 5 minutes, or we may just completely deviate. So
facts.
It's always a good time. I don't really care what it's talked about as long as it's interesting to me.
Right.
Like I said, I'm trying to get some people on here. So right now I'm just kind of doing the homies, but I'm hoping to get some like people I don't know.
Yeah.
Who maybe are better on a specific subject.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like big names or just any?
Oh, just anyone, like any type of subject matter expert on something.
Yeah.
Talk about, like, I already recorded one episode that was like specifically on one thing.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say what it is yet. But,
ooh.
Yeah, bro. It's pretty much just whatever.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah,
this was fun, bro.
Appreciate
honestly,
you,
I ain't gonna lie.
Take it easy, bro. If you need some help starting up your own podcast, just let me know.
I'll definitely be hitting you up, man.
Tell people where to find you at, man.
Hey, man. Instagram is gonna be at Gabe Farley, Gabefarley. My Snapchat is a little long, but I'm gonna have him drop it. I'm not on Twitter, but yeah, man, that's it, man.
If you're watching on YouTube, we'll put everything up on the screen.
Yeah. Well, appreciate you having me,
right,
man. This is my
appreciate
brother,
y'all.
man. If you know, man. Okay. Appreciate you having me, dog.
Yeah, appreciate you, bud. Appreciate y'all fans for watching. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Cough Drop Studios, and then hit that little bell on YouTube so you can see whenever I post a video. All right, y'all. Peace out.